Welcome, Capricorn. Something is about to change for you faster than you expect. If you're here, it's because your timeline is preparing to jump, and this reading is part of that shift. This message reaches you at the exact moment your energy is opening. A timeline shift happens when the direction of your life aligns with a higher path. Often suddenly, often after a period of confusion or stagnation. This reading is here to help you understand what's shifting, why it's happening, and what it means for the path ahead. I'm going to start off by looking at the current timeline, what energy you've been sitting in, and why it's no longer supporting your growth. Then, the trigger of the shift, the situation, realization, or person that activates the transition. Thirdly, the direction of the new timeline, where you're heading and what it unlocks. What you must release to move fully into it, the outdated belief, attachment, or fear. And finally, the outcome of the shift, what becomes possible once you enter the upgraded timeline. I'm going to start off over here with the current timeline, and we're looking at where you are now and why it no longer supports your growth. And Capricorn, what I am seeing over here with Four of Cups is that at the present time, for some reason, and of course this is going to be very personal to you, you're not accepting something that is in your environment because you either feel it's too small or you feel it's not really authentic or it's not meant for you. There is some reason why you are not accepting a gift that is coming through from the hand of God. Now, Capricorn, there could be so many reasons around it. Perhaps the person that is offering you it doesn't seem authentic. Perhaps it seems to be too good to be true, and you just don't want to go down that road and disappoint yourself. But because it's coming through here, and because we see the presence of the hand of God coming through, giving you this cup, we know, my dear Capricorns, that this could be the beginning of something quite wonderful. Now, Capricorn, this could come through so subtly. It could be an invitation to a dinner party, and you're just not in the mood. Yet, at that dinner party could be somebody you're meant to meet, somebody who's going to have an impact on your life in some way. This could be somebody wanting to set you up on a blind date, and you don't really have much faith in the person who's doing the setting up. But the person that they want to connect you to could be somebody, my dear Capricorns, of substance, somebody you're really going to like. So you are being encouraged to move forward with whatever this offer is, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem, because this is going to be the beginning of your shift. Let's move on now and see the trigger of the shift. What is actually going to activate this transition for you? And we've got Queen of Wands and the Magician. Now, Capricorn, there is somebody coming through here presenting as Queen of Wands. This could be a masculine or feminine. It's the energy of Queen of Wands I am speaking about. Now, this particular person has an element about them, my dear Capricorns, that you will probably already know of or pick up on. They believe that when they co-create with Spirit, they can bring magic into their lives, and they encourage people around them to do the same. So Capricorn, this could be a really close friend who's a big believer in meditation and visualization, and they continuously encourage you to do the same. This could be, Capricorn, some kind of class that you're attending, whether it's a yoga class or a hiking club, but there is somebody there who talks to you about manifestation, the power of positive thinking, affirmations, all this kind of thing. And this particular person is going to say something, Capricorn, or do something that gets your mind thinking in a different way. They're going to open you up to something. They might just recommend a wonderful meditation that's available on YouTube that changes and highes your frequency in some way. They might recommend a book that when you read this book, things look completely different. What they do is they activate this magician energy into your life. This feeling of, if I work on it, through working and connecting with spirit, and however that lands for you, Capricorn, whether it is prayer, meditation, visualization, journaling, channeling, whatever it is, but what it does do, it triggers and activates this wonderful energy for you, where you start believing that your dreams, prayers, and wishes can become a reality. Now let's move on and see where you're heading and what is about to unlock for you. And Capricorn, this is wonderful to see, because what I am seeing here is what unlocks for you is the world. So this tells me you have the ability to change your life in the most spectacular way that will allow you to now feel the world is your oyster. You are able to leave behind things that no longer work for you, and you are able now to put yourself in a position where you can bring in, my dear Capricorns, things that you actually never thought of before, or perhaps you thought of, but you didn't think were possible. But now, with 8 of Pentacles here, we see you with this determination. It's like, if I work on this, if I give it time and attention and I commit to it, if I co-create with spirit, I believe I can make my dreams a reality. So what you have done is you have unlocked the energy of believing that your dreams can become a reality. And what I love to see, my dear Capricorns, you're not just sitting back and waiting for it to happen. You intuitively know that you are part of the process. You have to do your side. You have to get down to business. You have to do the work, do the research, make the calls, get out there, network. You have to do your part. And when you do, my dear Capricorns, I do believe what is waiting for you is going to amaze you. Now let us move on and see what you must release to move fully into it. So we are looking at what could be holding you back in some way. And what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, is that with you coming through here as Queen of Cups, we know that there could be an element of holding back in some way. Now, once again, it does not matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's the energy of Queen of Cups I am speaking about. And Queen of Cups is a wonderful energy, but it is an intuitive, receptive energy. And what you're being asked to do now is, yes, work with your intuition, but don't hold back. Don't wait for people to approach you. Don't wait for the job offers to come in. You need to be more proactive. You need to get out there. This energy is just telling me you might have a feeling of, I don't want to be too aggressive. I don't want to come on too strong. It might be rude to go in and ask my boss for that promotion. This is outdated beliefs. You have every right to stand up, my dear Capricorns, and say, this is what I want. This is what I deserve, and I want to go forward and claim it. So, if there is any thoughts that start to creep up that hold you back, and it's just because, Capricorn, you don't want to be viewed as aggressive or rude, remember, that is just your thinking. Once you move forward and you work with the energies we saw, Capricorn, just calmly stating what you want, how you want it, what's good for you, we see that energy picks up. Things start happening, things start moving, and before you know it, my dear Capricorns, you're going to be in this Eight of Wands energy where things are moving at an incredibly fast pace. Right, let's move on now and see the outcome of the shift. What becomes possible once you have upgraded your timeline? And this looks incredible, Capricorn, because death tells us that once you upgrade your timeline, you will be in a position to let go of things in your life, situations, circumstances, and people that are no longer working for you or are not good for you. You can sever your connection completely and totally because you are now in another space completely. This is a high vibrating frequency, and you don't want any negative energies pulling you down. I also see with Six of Cups, my dear Capricorns, that things actually get easier and smoother for you. Once things start to move at this very fast pace, you are going to find that doors open for you that weren't open before. And where before people were hesitant, reluctant, or blatantly didn't want to help you, now you're going to see people's reactions to you are quite different. And this is all because you are vibrating at a different frequency. People might even approach you. My dear Capricorns, don't be surprised. Capricorn, do you need help with that? Capricorn, can I recommend a really wonderful neighborhood? I heard you moving. Capricorn, I've got the most incredible headhunter. Do you want me to connect you with them? They find the most incredible jobs. Wait, Capricorn, it's about to get really exciting. Let's move on now and see what spirit animal you should work with over this time. And you have number 25, Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Capricorn, the number 25 is your lucky number. Any combination or variation of the numbers 2 and 5, please consider very auspicious. The elephant is your spirit animal, so wherever the elephant comes up, this too is a blessed time. And your message is learn from the past. And Capricorn, you're being asked just to go back in time. Look at your biggest life lessons. Where did the big changes and shifts come in for you? What did you do? What were you feeling? What were you focusing on? There is a wealth of experience we carry with us. Sometimes, my dear Capricorns, we forget to tap into our own resources. This shift isn't random. It's aligned, intentional, and meant for you. Trust what's leaving, trust what's arriving, and trust your own timing, because it's about to speed up in a way you can feel. If this resonated, let me know which card spoke to you the most. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you so much love, and I'm sending you many blessings.